Hi there everyone, it's Patty Behan and thank you for watching today. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this adorable place card goodie bag, which is the perfect addition to your Easter dinner table. To begin, I'll be using some Distress Oxides to dye these ribbons. I have a 4x6 goodie bag and some paper flowers, some candy bunnies, these adorable Idea-ology barrels, some paper grass, and some M&M Candy Eggs. So let's get started. I'm going to start off by dyeing these white ribbons that I found in the bakeware aisle at Michael's. And I'll be using Distress Oxide pads, and you can also use some Distress Oxide sprays to dye these as well. Let me go grab a bottle and show you what those look like. But I didn't have all the colors of the sprays, so that's why I chose the pads. And I'm going to dye them to match these flowers. I'll be using Villianous Potion, Victorian Velvet, Tumbled Glass, and Mustard Seed. So let's get this out of the way and I'll show you how to do it. I'm going to start with Villianous Potion and just rub the ink pad onto the craft sheet like so, and then mist it with water until you see these bubbles come up, and then just drag the ribbon through the ink until you get the desired look. And then once you do that, I'm going to blot it off with a paper towel, and you can do this to lighten it, and if you wanted to add more color to it, you can go ahead and dip it into the ink again, and then just set it aside to dry. And I'm going to do another one of these to show you again, and it's the same process. You blot it once it's done and set it aside. Now make sure you clean your craft sheet between each color. Next I'm doing Mustard Seed, and it's the same process. You wipe the ink pad onto the craft sheet, spray it with water, and then drag the ribbon through the ink and blot it off. And then next color I'm going to do is Victorian Velvet, and it's the same process. And I made 2 of each of these as I was doing this. And then once you blot it off, we'll go to the next color, Tumbled Glass. And this is our last color. And then you're just going to repeat the process. And then same thing, we're going to blot it off again and set it aside to dry. And now let me just bring all these back to show you my final work here, and you can see how I did a good job of matching the colors of the flowers. And let me show you how to put it together. So the next step is we're going to write the name on the ribbon, and then I'm using a Uniball gold metallic gel pen. Make sure that your ribbon is completely dry because the ink does have a tendency to bleed a little bit, but that didn't really bother me. You could also try the silver pen. And now we're ready to assemble everything. I have my candy, my flowers, my barrels, and my goodie bag. And this is a 4x6 bag, and it turned out to be the perfect size. And here's the Idea-ology barrels. I want to get these out of the package. And to begin, we're going to fill the barrels with some Easter grass. And I found out that the grass was sort of long, so it was easier just to trim it with this piece of scissors to make it easier to work with. And you just want to stuff it into the barrel like so, kind of like when you're baking and you're using brown sugar, you want to pack it in there. And this will give it a little bit of a foundation for the bunny to stand into the barrel there when it's in the bag. And then if you find you need more to make it sit in there, you can go ahead and add some more. And then once you do that, we'll just test it out here again. You'll get the feeling of if the bunny's gonna stand or not. So then we're gonna start to put this in the bag. And at first I tried to put it in all at once, but that didn't really work. So we'll just put the barrel in first. And you can also add a little more grass to the bottom of the bag. I did that too as I was going around. And then once you get that in there so that it's lying flat on the table, you add some of your candies here. And this will help it to give it some weight also to stand on the table once it's complete. And then you can add your bunny. And then I found that I needed some more M&Ms there to make it stand up. And then you kind of gather the top here, and that's how you're going to close it. And so at first I thought I was going to put the same color ribbon as the flowers, but then I decided to mix and match it. So here I'm attaching the ribbon first, and it has a twist tie, so that makes it really easy. Of course you could just do it like this, but I wanted to add a little extra with my flowers. And so since I have a blue ribbon, I picked every color flower except the blue, and I'm adding 3 flowers because odd numbers always look better. So I'll gather those all together, and then I'm going to twist the stems into one like so. And then it'll look like this, and then I'm going to go ahead and wrap this around, and I'll keep going around until the stem goes to the back again, and I'll just adjust it a little bit more until I get it how I like it. And then I think that's looking good there. And let me bring it closer and show it to you. And there you have it. And you do this for all of the other ribbons that you have. And this is how they turned out. They just look so cute. I'll bring it up close so you can see. And I ran out of barrels and I had more guests coming. So I just put the bunny in there. If you remember in the beginning, these particular bunnies, they just tear apart at each section like so, and that made a good foundation so they'll sit at the table as well. And you can do this for birthday parties, using different candies, and any kind of favor that you want to make for a bridal shower or a baby shower. They are just so cute. So thank you for watching, and I hope you give this a try, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.